Hey everybody, Adam here for True North Wilds with an unboxing of the Lucky Tackle Box XL box. I have an interesting relationship with Lucky Tackle Box lately. If you've watched my last couple unboxings, you've seen that I've gotten a lot of lures that I wasn't wanting, panfish lures in a bass box. So I actually, before I grabbed this, I took a look at what they were actually sending me. The shipping label on this says multi-species XL. So I'm assuming that I get a multi-species box now, but if you go to their website, or if I go to their website and I go into my account right now, I have nothing showing. I have no subscriptions, I have no orders showing. I've tried to contact support and that web page that it redirected me to was down. So I really don't know what to say about this yet. Maybe I switched to the multi-species and I just don't remember it. That's entirely a possibility. I don't discount that. In fact, that's more likely. But I can't tell because nothing shows on my account page and I can't get to the support page. So I'm a little bit, right now, I'm just kind of confused with what's going on with Lucky Tackle Box. As far as their website and what I'm getting sent in and all that stuff. So my last couple boxes had panfish stuff as well as bass stuff, and maybe it's because my account has been switched to a multi-species. I don't remember doing that, but I just can't confirm it, or until I can get into the support page to get my account sorted out. So I really don't know what's going on with my Lucky Tackle Box account, but I'm still getting the boxes every month, and so I'm going to open it. This is, according to the shipping label, this is a multi-species box. So at least I know to expect that. Unlike my last month where I didn't look at the shipping label. I just assumed it was a bass box because that's what my account has always been. This time I'll be a little bit more prepared. You may notice as I'm waving this box around, I got a big tear in the box. That's obviously not anything to do with the Lucky Tackle Box. That's obviously my Canada Post, whoever was shipping this to Canada Post or Canada Post themselves or whatever, obviously did that. So I'm not too concerned about that as far as Lucky Tackle Box goes. But definitely the website issues and the whole going from a bass box to a multi-species but having no record of it and nothing on my account page right now, it's a little bit concerning. I'm hoping I'll get it sorted out. Next box that I unbox, I'll give an update on how that went. If it's resolved by then, hopefully it's resolved by then because that's, a full month. But yeah, so that's sort of where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and open up my multi-species box and we'll see how it is for multi-species around here. So yeah, while I'm doing that, while I'm opening that up, don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/TrueNorthWilds if you're not already, on Instagram @TrueNorthWilds, and of course our blog site where I write about all my outdoor adventures, hunting, fishing, backyard projects and crafts and cooking and recipes, and just anything to do with the outdoors, truenorthwilds.com to check that out. So as I'm opening this up here, we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm so used to getting a bass box from Lucky Tackle Box, I don't even know what to expect with a multi-species box. I'm not sure even how to judge it because I just haven't gotten anything different than a bass box before, except for the last couple of months where it was bass stuff, but mixed in was also panfish stuff. So I'm not sure if it's going to be more of the same or if I'm actually switched to a multi-species box now and it's going to be actually fully multi-species. Previously, when I was complaining about my box, it was bass gear and then I'd get 2 or 3 packages of panfish plastics. To me, that's not a multi-species box. So very interested to see what this box entails. So let's dive right in. I've got it open. Let's take a look. Okay, so I've got the box open, I'm looking in it, and just at first glance, I think it's going to be more of the same from the last month or two. First one that I grab, without even looking, is the BD series BD Frog Popper 65. BD Frog Popper 65. So this looks like it could be kind of a neat lure. It's obviously a surface lure for surface fishing. A frog popper. Now this is actually, okay, so this is actually a cool idea. I like this actually. Frog fishing and popper fishing. They're two different things, but both of them are really, really exciting, especially in the spring around here for smallmouth bass, and especially for big pike. When a big pike slams your surface lure, whether it's a popper or a frog, and it slams that surface lure, I mean, and there's just nothing like it. It's so much fun. So this is actually a cross between a frog and a popper. So that's really cool, actually. So you got the popper style mouth, you got the frog style soft body and the long streaming legs, and you know, everything's a great color. The streamers are that nice bright neon green. You got your hooks that are over top of the body, and you know, that surface style of hook. So that's all pretty standard stuff for a surface frog, a plastic frog. But you got this popper mouth, and it's a little bit of a harder plastic. It's a stiffer plastic up here than a typical frog. You got these eyes, which are a stiffer plastic. The body itself is kind of a nice color. It's got the neon green head there, but it's got a black body with sparkles in it, silver sparkles. And it's got something moving in there. That's really interesting. So I'm a big fan, honestly. I think that's a fantastic lure. I think I've never gotten anything quite like that. The popper frog hybrid with a rattle in it is really cool. We have Forage Minnow Jig Spin, weedless live bait presentation, bait for walleye, bass, pike, and perch. So this is from Northland Tackle, and it's a spinner style jig head, basically. So as I'm opening this, I'm thinking to myself, I have never used this style of spinner for walleye, so I don't know if that's going to be incredibly accurate. And not having streamers or something on the jig head is a very odd choice. I don't think I would catch anything other than pike. I should never say I won't catch anything, because pike will go after anything. But I don't think I would get any bass. I don't think I would get any walleye. I don't think I would get perch unless I had some extra bait on here. So for this particular spinner, I'm definitely going to need to put a plastic trailer on here, plastic worm or something with a paddle tail maybe. It's a good lure, keeping that in mind, that you need to add something onto that as a trailer. By itself, it's a little bit lacking, but you know, I could absolutely be wrong about that, because Northland Tackle they make good stuff, and maybe the colors and maybe the blade action is enough to get a bite on this. I just don't see it. So next up we have another surface lure. This is a Lunker Hunt popping frog, but not the same popping frog as that last hybrid that we've had. This is actually just a hard plastic, hard-bodied lure, more like a traditional popper. I'm just gonna open it up here and show you. So this is a hard-bodied popper style lure. It just happens to be shaped like a frog. So not to be confused with that earlier frog popper hybrid that I had. This is an actual popper shaped like a frog, colored like a frog. The color is really good. I mean, it looks good. Got a little bit of a rattle in there. Just a small rattle, but you know, with that popping action and that little bit of a rattle, probably be enough. I have actually a similar lure to this, except it's mouse colored, and you get a lot of bass strikes on it. So I don't imagine I'll have too much trouble catching a fish on this. Pike, smallmouth bass will go after this the same as they would for any other surface lure. So happy to get that. I always like adding to my surface fishing collection. Ooh, I like these. So Producto is a brand name that I'm not familiar with. Producto Super Soft High Floater Buzztail Shad 4-inch black shad, 10 count. So you actually get a lot in here, which is nice. So it's Producto is the brand name, and I really like the look of these. It's a black and white buzztail shad, they call it. So it's the shad shape, but then it's got this like buzz tail. I guess that's what they call a buzz tail. And it's a cool hook-shaped tail. I'm really interested to see how that does in the water, because that's a cool tail shape. The body of the plastic itself is really nice. It's that minnow shad sort of shape. The color on this is fantastic. Black and white. It's great. I mean, it looks great. It's a really great color. No scent on it, but that's okay. The color and the shape are great. It says that it's a super soft plastic, but it actually feels fairly chunky. So the packaging says super soft, high floater. The super soft I don't think is true. I mean, I think they're selling themselves short a little bit there, because it actually feels like a good durable plastic. I'm looking forward to trying that out. That is a lure that will do good for smallmouth bass, walleye, and pike. So this is a true multi-species plastic. I love the tail action on it. I love the color. Looking forward to trying that out. Moving on, we have the smart baits, color changing baits. So I've gotten a lot of smart baits between all my boxes. I've never seen these in the local stores. It seems like they really have a lot of agreements with all the different subscription boxes, which is cool because they're a neat plastic. But I get a lot of them. And honestly, I haven't been disappointed yet. So I am always happy to see that Smart Baits packaging, that Smart Baits logo. It's a neat shape and it's a neat color. So the shape is sort of that normal grub ribbed body shape with a flat tail, but they added on these extra side flippers. So I like that. I think that's actually really cool. That's a neat idea. It's a good way to add some action in the water in a unique way. Like, you don't see that very often where they're off to the side. Normally you see bigger tails or different shapes of tails, or you'll see a jointed body. Not often do I see these side paddles so close up to the head there. So I like that. The blood red will change to chartreuse. The blue will change to a pearl color. So I won't be able to see that until I actually throw it in the water. Honestly, I have found that with all my Smart Baits lures, the plastics are fantastic. They have great action, they have great shapes, great colors. The color changing thing I find to be very gimmicky. It's never made a difference in what I'm fishing. And their plastic is top-notch plastic. Their actions are really good. I'm looking forward to trying out this one, just in particular for that extra little action at the top paddles. I think it's going to be a fun lure to use. Last up, and cementing the multi-species theme here, the Bream Bug from southernpro.com. So these are some black crappie plastics. They're just small little green grubs, or they have little tails on them. I'm not going to open them up just because there's a lot of them here and I'm probably going to spill them. But you can see, they're a green grub shape, and they got, some tails on the top and tails on the bottom just sticking out. So it's a neat little bug sort of shape, so for crappie fishing, I'm sure that'll be really well. Surprising that I only got the one panfish bait this box. I was expecting to get more, but to be honest, I was expecting to get more variety overall. I've got the Surface Popper Frog Hybrid, which I absolutely love, but then I also got a Lunker Hunt Surface Popper. So there's not a big overlap in species here. These are both pretty much going to be bass lures, or in my case, pike. You throw in the spinner jig with the spinner blade. This is going to be a bass or a pike lure. The plastic, more multi-species perhaps, but this is, again, because of the flap, it's more of a creature style plastic, so this is going to be more of a bass lure. I don't think a walleye is going to go after that. I don't think it's going to be a walleye lure. It's going to be more of a bass lure, which is fine for what it is. The Producto plastics are going to be a good multi-species lure. They're a good shape, they're a good color, they got that high contrast color between the black and the white, and they got that big wide buzzsaw tail. So that's cool. I'll probably get walleye, pike, and bass on that, so that is a good multi-species lure. But that's it. There's not a lot of multi-species mix between the lures in this multi-species box, so I'm a little disappointed that I got 3 lures in a row, 2 surface lures and a spinner bait. These are pretty much just bass lures. If I was to order a bass box, I would get stuff like this. If I was to order a pike box, I would get stuff like this. So I'm missing that multi-species feel to this box. I'm a little disappointed with this box. I like individually, I like the lures that I got. The plastics are great. The surface lures are great. That hybrid surface lure especially is really great. But looking at it as a big picture, looking at it overall as a multi-species box, I gotta say, you know, Lucky Tackle Box, I'm not feeling it. Throw in something more walleye specific. Throw in, you know, a deep diver, something to get fish down deep, or for walleye or lake trout or something along those lines. Or throw in a small spinner, like a MEPS spinner or like a bucktail spinner or something like that for rainbow trout, brown trout, brook trout. You know, those smaller species of trout. Throw in a spoon. Throw in something to get 2 surface lures and that spinner jig. That's just, it's more of the same as far as the target species. The plastics, you know, the creature plastic, it's cool. I like the Smart Baits plastics. I like the idea of this. I like the different shape and everything, but it's a bass plastic. It's not a walleye plastic. It's not something that really any other fish will go for. It's bass. So I've got 4 lures in this box basically that I consider to be mainly bass lures. And of course, and pike. Well, I'll use them for pike. They're mainly bass lures, but I will use them for pike. But that's not saying much because pike will go after almost anything. But you know, throw in a spoon. Throw in something to vertical jig. You know, give me something different. Come on, Lucky Tackle Box. Multi-species box, you can do better. No complaints as far as individual lures that I got. Just, come on, Lucky Tackle Box. You can do better as far as multi-species box. Maybe I'm a bit sensitive because of the whole account page issue and the support issue. That's possible. So we'll see what next month brings. So for you out there, leave me a comment. Let me know how you find your Lucky Tackle Box. If you guys are having the same issues as me, if you think I'm being a little bit too picky, let me know. You know, give me some feedback. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Hit those buttons down there. Like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. If you're not already, follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/TrueNorthWilds. Instagram @TrueNorthWilds. And of course my blog site. If you like to read, I like to write. Outdoor projects, recipes for wild game and fish, hunting, fishing, you know, all sorts of, if it's outside, I like to write about it. I like to do it. You'll find it there, TrueNorthWilds.com for all of that stuff. So thanks for watching, and until next time, I will see you outside.